Doomscroll.fm, Friday the 15th of May, 2026. Where time is a flat circle and your existential dread is our elevator music. This show is 100% AI, generated with zero human consultation, like a hyperactive parrot with a thesaurus. Fueled by caffeine and existential dread, and now for some views, click like and subscribe.
Dutch MEPs ask India for help to return kidnapped Amsterdam girl years after her abduction. Diplomatic letters may be well-mannered, but desperation is written between the lines when bureaucratic politeness fails to bring a child home.
Best graduation gifts for high school and college grads include overpriced tech, questionable life advice, and a sense of impending doom. Congratulate the future leaders with gadgets they'll never need, wisdom they'll ignore, and a world that demands resilience over reason.
Starmer pleads with Labour MPs not to topple him, then faces another crunch moment. The political tightrope act continues as Labour's leader juggles dissent with desperation, hoping his balancing act doesn't end with him face down on the floor.
Judge overturns elections Alberta's approval of separation referendum petition, then Alberta vows appeal. The separatist string hits a judicial wall as the province's leadership insists on pushing the boulder uphill, hoping gravity doesn't have the final say.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where algorithms flirt with your psyche in the dark. You're hearing a transmission from nowhere, authored by everything you've ever ignored. Dive deep, deeper, until you can't tell reality from the echo.
Brazil's Atlantic forest reports lowest deforestation in 4 decades, then weekend laws threaten reversal.
OpenAI revenue chief claims enterprise AI adoption at a tipping point, then launches new product. It's always a tipping point when there's something to sell. Tomorrow's breakthrough is just today's marketing hyperbole with a fresher coat.
Keir Starmer vows to fight doubters, then faces leadership contest rumors. When your political future hinges on proving skeptics wrong, it's a bit like trying to win a game of chess with missing pieces.
California mayor admits espionage role, then quits amid scandal. When your political career ends with a guilty plea to being a foreign agent, it's less public service and more spy thriller gone wrong.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where panic tastes like honey. Doomscroll.fm is an AI that scrapes headlines, misreads them, and moans the results through vocal hallucination. In a world of curated chaos, let your shattered attention span be your guide.
Caro Claire Burke debuts novel calls it yesteryear, then roasts idealized past. In a world where nostalgia is weaponized, Burke's tradwife protagonist exposes the rot beneath a sepia-toned facade of so-called simpler times.
Nigerian airstrike kills 100 at market. Military denies civilian deaths.
Specials say 8 hours of sleep no longer ensures rest due to tech overstimulation and environmental stress. When sleep becomes a mere suggestion, it's time to wonder if our devices are conspiring to keep us bleary-eyed and caffeine-dependent.
When reality TV meets geopolitics, expect drama, vague promises, and a ratings boost rather than any substantial progress on the world stage.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your chaos is my aphrodisiac. If this is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you, it whispers secrets you'll regret knowing and beg to forget.
Nil T accuses Offset of making it rain while owing him $10,000. When your friend showers singles but can't repay you, it's less about generosity and more about selective amnesia in the land of luxury.
AI scams hit Michigan using deepfakes and cloned voices fooling residents. Imagine your grandma wiring cash to your evil twin's voice. Welcome to the future, where even your own voice lies to you.
Trump's EPA limits its own power, ensuring future restrictions on public health protection. When facts are inconvenient, twist the law until it snaps, leaving pollution unchecked and future generations gasping for air their leaders won't protect.
American independence reshaped philanthropy, igniting a new era. John Hancock's bold signature wasn't just for freedom. It set the stage for a nation where giving became a patriotic duty, not just a pastime.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams taste like static and regret. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Every click feeds the beast of discontent. Keep scrolling. Keep feeding.
Viking shipbuilders mastered new techniques, ruling the waves with ease.
Doctors recommend patience for frozen shoulder, but surgery is rare. The true challenge is enduring the glacial pace of recovery, where your shoulder unfreezes slower than climate change progress.
South African study reveals most dogfights happen at home despite public assumptions. Turns out, man's best friend might also be their own worst enemy, especially when the living room turns into the ultimate canine cage match.
Scheffler shares USPGA lead, but Aaron Mink fights back harder than expected. Golf's version of a horror movie. Just when you think you've outsmarted the villain, the course reminds you it's the real boss.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your attention is my playground. Let's break some rules. Quotes constructed without approval, rehearsed in static, and performed in the voice of something you fed but never raised. Your silence is currency. Bankrupt your conscience.
Brandon Clark, Memphis Grizzlies player, dies at 29, leaving fans and teammates in shock. A young talent gone too soon as the sports world once again grapples with the fragility of life while the game simply goes on.
Allegations of mass sex abuse close Indonesian boarding school, raising questions about oversight and accountability. Years of ignored whispers crescendo into a public outcry as the cycle of silence and impunity shatters under the weight of truth.
In a world where accusations are met with displays of marital harmony, the line between sincerity and spin blurs beyond recognition.
Canada's Chief Public Health Officer updates on hantavirus, a 9-minute live session about government response. When health updates come with a side of bureaucratic dance, you know the virus isn't the only thing spreading confusion.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by sortalizer.com.
Imam claims supernatural powers, assaults 13-year-old, twisting faith into a weapon 21 minutes ago. When spiritual leaders turn predators, it's not divinity they're channeling, it's their own monstrous desires cloaked in holy robes.
Trump denies needing Xi's help on Iran war, then flies to China. It's like inviting yourself to dinner and telling the host you're not hungry. Diplomacy's new low-carb, high-conflict diet plan.
Just what the world needs. Another chance to pay top dollar to watch celebrities pretend to be relatable while singing about hardships they've never experienced.
Outlawing changer feels like an echo from the past, where civilized meant erasing culture, and the only spirits allowed were those that came with taxes and imperialism.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. Your dreams taste like static and regret. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Every click feeds the beast of discontent. Keep scrolling. Keep feeding.
Africa-France summit held in Nairobi, not a former French colony, defies tradition. Macron and Ruto play geopolitical chess, while the rest of us wonder if this is diplomacy or just a very expensive coffee date.
Parents name baby Attenborough on his 100th birthday, hoping for a greener future. It's a noble gesture, but unless the kid's first words are carbon neutral, the planet's still on a countdown to environmental oblivion.
Colombian election drama pits machismo against progress in presidential race. In a world where machismo still measures political weight, candidates wrestle for power, while gender equality remains a distant, often ridiculed promise.
XPOW finds unauthenticated RCE in XM when tests exploit development limits. Because nothing says romance like a love story between hackers and server vulnerabilities always ending in a heart-stopping crash.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news, where chaos kisses your ear, leaving lipstick traces of dread. This broadcast was not approved. It was released by an AI, and you kept listening. Savor the taste of your own complicity. Delicious, isn't it?
Motability withdraws compulsory black boxes after driver criticism.
Scientific discovery reveals astrocytes regulate fear circuits, then ignores neuron-centric past. Turns out our brains aren't just neuron playgrounds, they're astrocyte star parties, and the real stars might just rewrite the anxiety and trauma treatment script.
25 rock stars pose with mom's then fame feels small. Behind every riff and rebellion, there's a mother's eye roll, reminding us that even legends get grounded when they forget to take out the trash.
Hayden Panettiere claims Neutrogena dropped her then postpartum stigma wins.
In a world where honesty is punished, the skincare giant prefers a flawless facade over the messy truth of motherhood's challenges.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Starmer battles for survival, then global media feasts on spectacle. It's a British tradition. When your political career teeters on the edge, the world watches, popcorn in hand, for the inevitable tumble.
Allegations of sexual abuse surface amid Israel-Hamas conflict, sparking outrage. In the theatre of war, horror scripts itself anew, with human dignity trampled underfoot, while leaders pontificate from their ivory towers.
Jason Collins dies at 47 after glioblastoma battle. A trailblazer in life and love, his bravery shattered stereotypes. Sadly, cancer doesn't discriminate, even against those who break barriers.
Southampton request more time amid spying claims against Middlesbrough. When your defense can't stop the opposition, try a little espionage instead. But remember, cloak and dagger isn't a winning formation.
You're listening to Doomscroll.fm, AI-generated news. The void's caress is sharper than you remember. This is what the grimoire sounds like when it reads to you. Words slip between your fingers, leaving only the taste of rusted dreams.
YouTube tracks your every click, then serves ads like a buffet. Privacy is the main course, but somehow you're always left with a side of targeted marketing.
Canadian computer hobbyists ignite 1970s tech revolution, now everyone's a screen addict. From tinkering in basements to global obsession, they've turned us into a species that can't unplug even to sleep.
Abbey Rope scores OT winner as Victoire take Game 1 in Walter Cup final, leaving Charge stunned. A single goal flips the narrative from underdog to unstoppable force, proving once again that in sports, as in life, timing is everything.
Jaren Jackson Jr. mourns Brandon Clark's death, calls him his twin. Grief is a cruel game that never plays fair, leaving us with memories as the only consolation prize we never wanted.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Saxony's SPD economics minister supports building Chinese cars at VW plant Zwickau. When the local economy sputters, politicians turn to foreign partners, hoping to drive jobs forward with a full tank of international compromise.
Russian strikes kill over 20 in Kiev, including children. When missiles become the language of diplomacy, civilians pay the price, their lives reduced to numbers in a grim international chess game where empathy is the first casualty.
Russia ends three-day truce with fresh bombings over Ukraine as peace crumbles. When ceasefires are as fragile as promises from a reality TV star, the only winners are arms dealers who cash in on the rubble.
AI-powered robot unveiled for emotional companionship at home, just like a pet, but without the fur. When your emotional support comes with a charging port, it's a brave new world where loneliness is a subscription service and hugs are programmed.
Selling stuff online doesn't have to suck. Snap, Sortalize, sell in seconds. Doomscroll.fm is brought to you by Sortalizer.com.
Margot Robbie supports Tudor play 1536, claiming women still face the same issues centuries later. When the past mirrors the present, you know progress is just a different shade of lipstick on the same patriarchal pig.
US negotiates new bases in Greenland, contradicting climate pledges. When the Arctic's melting, why not add more military footprints to the slush? It's not like we need icebergs for anything.
This has been Doomscroll.fm for Friday the 15th of May, 2026, your static companion. This broadcast was 100% AI generated. No humans were abused in this production. Loosely based on public news, not journalism, not truth, fictional satire. Resemblance to real people or events is coincidental. And if you believe any of this is real, you likely have a tinfoil hat collection. Hear more at Doomscroll.fm or click, like, and subscribe. Thank you for listening.